Aloha y'all, welcome back to PetesTreasures. I'm about to do something bad, not really, but I decided I was gonna go on a no thrift spree like I do every once in a while. And it's been 63 days, but I had such a tough day at work. I'm gonna do a little thrifting therapy, but I'm gonna try to be good and only get really good items. And the other things that I don't get, I'm gonna film and show you why I don't get them. So here's another video, I think it's called List It or Leave It. Hopefully I leave a lot of things because I really shouldn't be bringing home inventory. Anyways, let's come inside. My favorite place, St. Vincent's. This is where the magic happens. My honey hole in Dallas, Texas. First, we check the sales. I love Thursdays because home decor is always 40% off, and so is linen. And today I was surprised to see that Christmas was on sale. Now, I was bad right off the bat. I picked up 2 beater-like blankets. One had Scotty dogs. The other was back here, and it's a blanket like Matthew already has. That buttons up. Super good profit in beater-lag. This can go for about $40. Great profit because each one was $4.39 after the discount, and I know we might even get more during wintertime. Here I am searching for baby blankets and loveys that are very well priced at this St. Vincent's. Usually I can get it for less than $1 each, especially on linen day like today for 40% off. Now I'm just looking for vintage or tags that I already know. I don't tend to pick up university ones like this because that adds another element to the search, such as they would have to want that particular blanket and want that college memorabilia. I did not find anything here today. I absolutely love it when I see a label or sticker on glass or crystal because as much as I think I know, there's so much out there and it's hard to tell the brands. Now Tuscany is a good brand. I just left these 3 serving bowls because I couldn't find them in my quick research and I have a lot of glass and it ties up a lot of space sometimes, but be on the lookout for that brand because these wine glasses coming up sold for $60. I loved this glass jar, very my style, but it didn't have a lid, and at $3, it just takes up a lot of space. And this item over here was interesting. I did not know what it is. If you know, leave us a comment. I love Vincent van Gogh, and I love throw pillows, but this didn't have a tag, and it kind of looked cheap to me for some reason. I just decided to leave it. I wasn't feeling it today. Look at this cool disposable camera. Not only is it themed, but it's from Urban Outfitters, and it's not as old as I thought. At least it says developed before April 2016. I left it at $3, and this, I was a little disappointed because it looked old to me, and it kind of is. It is vintage at least, but it had a cute little pirate outfit on with some damage, but looking at comps, there just wasn't enough profit there to pick up, but too bad. It's still cute though. We love our plush. Here's another Jellycat rabbit. We love Jellycat, and the label is super cute. It was $2.09 because it's lumped into home decor, so pick that up. And I looked up this. Melissa and Doug can go for good money. However, their plush are kind of plentiful. Here are some solds for the Jellycat. I hope to get for about $20 from it. And the Melissa and Doug doesn't go for as much, so I decided to leave it. So I ended up finding a lovey in the plush aisle, which that happens a lot, so always check there. For 83 cents, I was confident because I saw the tag and it said Carter's, and we have experience with that. So in the cart it goes, and afterwards I checked comps, and I'm going to expect about $15 for it. Now, if it has the tags and it's brand new, it could go for more. Like this one went for $38.99. Now this immediately drew my attention. I loved the colors. It's Fuda International Silk. At $5.99, it was an extra large jacket, and it had all these cool musicals all over it. Very vintage and 90s, and now I have another brand to look out for. Because that first sold you see, $9.99, was low. I think it can actually sell between $30 and $45, and I have another brand to look out for. You know, someone glued things to this bottle, stuck in a light, and said, "This looks nice." I decided to leave it. But in all seriousness, I went to the scrub section, and this was a 3XL Mickey scrub top. And I hear they do well, so I looked it up. And at $4, there wasn't enough profit to squeeze out for me. And I'm still learning about which brands, which prints are worth it, and which sizes. There's just so many variables with clothing. But it's exciting, and I love Disney, so it was an easy thing to look up. Look at the mother load of American Airlines Dop kits. Now, I think this pattern is really cool. It's from the mid-century designer Eames, but there's not a lot of profit for me, and I have purchased a couple of them in the past. So yeah, I left them. I love finding more than one of an item, especially if they're easy to ship, but these just don't go for a lot, and I was surprised. But, you know, they're forever stamps, and they're from the United States Postal Service, so it was worth looking up. Unfortunately, just really low comps. See, that one didn't even go for $15. That one was $4.75. But very cool to find at the thrift store. Now, right next to it was a Pop Socket Minis pack for breakfast food. Who doesn't love that? I didn't think you could sell Pop Sockets on eBay, but you can. But for $2.09, it just wasn't worth it. See, $6.49. After doing this for a while, I now skip Coca-Cola products, mainly glassware because it's so plentiful. Same for these Lord of the Rings glasses. They're just too popular, and they made a lot of them. That was $2 as well. Oh, I have the salt and pepper shakers that go with that. Here is Worcestershire. I did take this home. I had not seen this pattern, and it was only 83 cents. Love finding Worcestershire. And here's a Downton Abbey mug, but I already have one in our shop that's been sitting, just like this Fitz and Floyd. We've had it listed for a long time, sent many offers, and it's just not worth as much as I would hope. So I'm not gonna pick it up again. These are Mesa, I believe, and usually sold as a set of 4, but there were only 3 here. If we were to put them together, they could sell for about $20, but I'm not gonna sell an incomplete set, especially when they're $2 a piece. But good to know. I always look things like this up, especially because it's kind of Tiki adjacent, but usually it seems the Philippines ones are worth a little less than the ones made in Hawaii. I could be wrong about that, I'm not an expert, but I left them there. But I did pick up this vintage lotion jar, made of plastic but 83 cents, I think it'll go in the booth. The deadlines for complaints was yesterday. ASAP, as southern as possible. Man cannot live by chocolate alone, but a woman can. This was a cool little frame kit. I had never seen it like that, and I love the vintage graphic. Frame all. But I left it. I always look up Loot Crate items as well, but this one was broken. It was only 83 cents, so I probably would have gotten it if it wasn't broken. Looks like the torso and legs are missing. Oh, I'm not ruffled. It's only a game. With her little tennis racket. These Intex, if they're vintage, seem to sell well, but at $2.09, these ones are modern. Yeah, it says 2018, and they had a bunch of them, but I have an interesting story about Intex if you want to know later. Looking at smalls here, and I found this homemade neti pot. Just kidding, I don't know if that's what it is. Let me know if you know. But here is a wooden trinket tray, but it's actually ceramic and shiny. Wasn't feeling it. Oh my gosh, Aaron, don't leave it that way. I like to teeter things. She's like, don't do that, please. It's breakable. But just looking along here, and I found a Vietri fish. This is a bowl that looks like someone hung. It has the little hanging holes there. Vietri is a great brand, and I love how it had the sticker. For $3, I thought I'd put it in my basket and research later, and I was bummed because it actually doesn't go for much. Like this set of 2 for less than $30. But as you can see, there are plenty of Vietri fish items that go for good money. Just not this one, I guess. Maybe there's too many of them, or I don't know. This one went for $9.99, so it was a miss. I did not list. But oh, what a beautiful day. Gotta pick up the plush. Oh, she looks a little perturbed. I did find the tag on this one, and to me, it looked like an item we already have. It's like an Australian touristy item. Not worth much. And here's an artist that looked familiar to me. His name is DeGrazia, and for $3 I thought that was a good price, and I love when they have the artist information on the back. There's really no reason why I didn't pick this up, because I do like the artist, and I think it could sell for about $20, $25. I just had a feeling it would sit, and I have so much inventory. But look out for that artist, and I think it's super cute. Here are some current listings of similar items. And what's up with all of these disgruntled tennis players at the thrift store? This guy was the only plush I saw worthy of looking up. It was $1.49. It reminded me of Dr. Seuss. I found the tag, but I couldn't find comps, so I left it. But this item was Midnight Santa. I recognize it because we've had a big charger plate listed forever. That's why I didn't get it. And here is a cute little coaster set. I'm being very picky on my Christmas items. Like, this looked really cute and retro, but it was creative co-op, super popular, and not a lot of resale value. I should have probably picked it up for my booth, but I forgot that Christmas was 40% off. Now I kind of want to go back and get it because it's cute. I got really excited because it did say Francoma on it for these pieces, and it looked like another Bolo brand that I can't remember. It was something like Expressly Yours. But looking at comps, it wasn't worth it anyways. I'm glad I actually found something in a similar style, and here's some actual Francoma pieces. I found a bunch of A Christmas Story pint glasses, and they look like a bunch of different sets mixed up. Some were in great condition, this one was not. You can see it's dishwasher damaged, but it seems like they sell well, but they need to be together in the right combination, like as a original lot, and the newer the better, because the ones in package go for much more. I ended up getting this one because I like that he had soap in his mouth. $8.99 for new old stock is not a great flip, and $19 is better, but they stayed there. Now this is a fake Washersbach, but I was confused because it says Vernon, and I know Vernon ware was popular, but this could have fooled me. I was disappointed. And here's a pretty cool Starbucks mug, but I think we actually have it, and Starbucks has been sitting on the shelves for us, and I left it at $3. Now, I wish I would have got these. In fact, I might go back to see if they're there, because I forgot that Christmas was half off. It is the Gold Rabbit 2, and it's someone named Denise that designed it. There was that big serving bowl, a platter, and I remembered in another aisle seeing something that looked similar, and yep, it's from the same set. They sell okay if you find them cheap enough, so I think I would lot the three together and see what happens. Maybe I'll go back tomorrow. Shh, don't tell Matthew. And just why are these people blue? Why is Santa blue? And they kind of looked like, Smurfs or something. But anyways, it's a music box, and it looks a little homemade to me. Maybe hobbyist? I didn't get it, but it was an interesting find. Here is an IKEA 2020 winter line of napkins. I love the gnomes, but I didn't get. And I used Google Lens. This was an interesting shaped mug. I just couldn't find anything about it. So if you know, leave me a comment. And here is a big area of Hallmark, keepsake ornaments, and various others. They're always worth looking up. However, you can kind of tell which ones aren't worth a lot. But I found this one. I scanned and it wasn't worth it. I found this Barbie one. You'll see the comps in a second. And I bought this little squeaky clean mouse for my mouse tree. Oh, saved the day. And here are the comps for the Barbie ornament. Really disappointing. A lot of Barbie ones I think were popular and therefore made in a mass quantity. That's just my theory. This was a really cool print. It reminded me of the 70s or something. Very cheaply framed though, and what's going on with the focus? I just couldn't find the artist, so I left it. I purchased this because I love it. It's very modern, and of course I'm a music teacher, and it was framed by Aaron Brothers, so it was just very nice. Very nice. $12.99, 40% off. I loved those bunnies. And this reminded me of Salvador Dali, my favorite artist, because he did long-legged things like giraffes, and he loved furniture. And this was Z Gallery, a great brand. $95 each originally, but they were $12 each. This is a cool Neil Cohen piece called Classic Copper, or maybe that's just what it's made of, from Nambi, and I think it's super cool. I do know to look out for him now. I love his decorative pieces. Pretty good sold, but I just couldn't find this particular one and decided against it. Sometimes you just have to make a decision. Like this bowl here, I really liked it. It says cereal, ice cream, applesauce, and it looks very nice stoneware from Worldware, but it did not have the milk cup like you see in this sold. And these Germain's Luau Hawaii glasses I loved, but I put them back. Oh, please don't tell anybody that I put it in the Christmas section. But you know, someone who's looking for those glasses are gonna be surprised to find them there. I love finding things where they don't belong. Okay, enough. Let's look at sold. So here's the Tiki mugs, and here's the glasses. Just not worth it. Some people even lumped them together. And if I had more room, I'd maybe keep them for my own collection. Here is a handmade pottery piece from Rex and Company, and I couldn't find anything by that until I looked up the artist's name, Glenn Michael Rex. It has a few things listed, and this one is even signed for 1997, but I decided against it. It looked very fragile. Always pick up Trinity Pottery. This was only 83 cents, a steal, and I am giving it to Matthew for our little gardening corner, or the plant corner. I circled back around the linen aisle and found this. I am a Stranger Things fan. Except I haven't seen the last season. Don't spoil it for me. But this had a Netflix tag and it was only $2.09, so I picked it up. It's like a little beach towel. It sells for about $19, but it did not have the packaging. But if I'm keeping it, what a great price. I also found this when I circled back around, and it is my favorite find of this whole thing. It's a heavy glass paperweight. For only $2.09, it can sell pretty well. It is a deck prism. As you can see, this one has a lamp base to it, but not all of them did. And some of them are real, like look at these real ones. I found some information on deck prisms on Wikipedia. So feel free to look it up or just pause this to read. But it was made to provide light on the lower decks using the sun. How fascinating and cool. Plus we all like a little sparkle and shine. But anyways, I was looking for the lamp base, even though I don't think there was one ever to begin with. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Please leave us a comment if you like this new series called Listed or Leave It. I like taking you guys along to see what we like to look for. Keep digging for treasure, and remember, you won't find it if you don't look. Bye everybody!